Hey everybody, welcome to Arbitrary 20. Today we're going to be making homebrew spells using AI.
So yeah, we'll be using mainly ChatGPT since it is not at capacity right now. And if we don't like the answer that ChatGPT gives us, we'll try OpenAI's paid model DaVinci. Alright, so I think our plan is to make a spell of each school of magic. I guess we will start with Abjuration.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, write me a custom spell within the Abjuration school of magic. This is actually Shield of Invincibility, a 6th level spell, casting time of 1 action, range of self, verbal somatic, concentration up to 10 minutes. You call forth an aura of pure magic that protects you from harm. The aura manifests as a shimmering barrier around you, absorbing and neutralizing any incoming attacks. The duration of the spell, you have resistance to all damage, and you're immune to being frightened or charmed. Additionally, any creature that tries to attack you with a melee attack must first make a wisdom saving throw, or the attack automatically misses. This spell is completely broken, but oh wait, no, at the end of the spell's duration, the aura dissipates and you become vulnerable to attack once again. Okay, I thought it meant like vulnerability as in like, yeah.
So, yeah.
Might want to change that wording if you actually release that spell, because that could be confusing.
It's got like little bits and pieces of different spells.
For a 6th level, a 6th level spell, I guess it is just on you. I mean, I guess we're not judging it on balance. It did what we asked, and then some, I would say.
It did, yeah. This is an interesting spell. Do you think that 6th level is too high or a fair thing for that? I mean, 10 minutes is a long time.
If you're going between them fast enough, this could last for 2 combats.
Yeah.
The insane sentence is the wisdom saving throw or an attack automatically misses. Like,
there's no wisdom save like for Sanctuary where, you know, they make the save and then they have like not attack.
It doesn't just redirect the attack, it just misses.
It just doesn't happen. So they have to go through a wisdom save and succeed it, and then even then you're resistant to all of that, and then you're immune to 2 different conditions.
Yeah, it is pretty strong.
That's strong.
Yeah.
I like it though, that's kind of cool.
Okay, I'm really curious what it comes up with the other ones now. Now we have write me a custom spell within the Conjuration School of Magic. Is it just going to give us Fine Steed, or is it going to be different? Well, it definitely didn't just give us Fine Steed, but this is kind of just worse than Fine Steed because it takes concentration. It's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the concentration side of it.
This ends up being kind of similar to Phantom Steed, I think, more than Fine Steed. But pretty interesting. I don't know how good it is, but
I mean, it gave us a
spell.
Yeah,
On to divination. Here we go. Okay. The name is already interesting. Oracle's Insight. So yeah, we have Oracle's Insight, a 2nd level spell, takes 1 action to cast, range of self, verbal somatic material. The material component is a small crystal ball. Duration is instantaneous. You gain a brief but powerful insight into the future. The crystal ball in your hand glows brightly, revealing glimpses of what is to come. You may ask the crystal ball 1 question about a specific event that is going to happen within the next 24 hours. The answer is revealed to you in the form of a brief vision. Lasting no more than a few seconds, the vision is not always clear and the answer may be cryptic or incomplete, but it should give you some useful information to guide your actions. Note: the spell only provides information about events that are likely to occur. The future is not set in stone, and the outcome of events can still be changed by the actions of those involved. So it's sort of like just a slightly different version of augury, which I think is, but I think it is different enough to be considered a different spell.
The way I kind of see it is it's not really fixing or changing anything, it's just being different to be different.
Yeah, I mean, augury just gives you the omen, right? I guess this is a bit more like descriptive. You get the vision of it.
Mm-hmm.
They accomplish similar things, yeah.
However, a difference between augury and this spell is that augury only covers the next 30 minutes. This one will cover for 24 hours.
Augury only does something 30 minutes from now?
It says if you receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is a very
I take back what I said earlier. Yeah. This does change some things.
And with that, we'll move on to enchantment. See what comes out this time. Sweet tongue. Which is charm person. Okay, so we have Sweet Tongue, another second level spell, 1 action, range of 30 feet. Need a pinch of sugar. Lasts for a minute. No concentration though. You cause a creature within range to become more friendly and cooperative towards you. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the target's attitude towards you becomes friendly for the duration of the spell, and it is more likely to agree with your requests and suggestions. However, the spell does not give you control over the target, and it can still refuse to do something that goes against its nature or endangers itself. The spell also does not work on creatures that are immune to being charmed. At the end of the spell's duration, the target's attitude returns to normal, and it becomes aware of the spell's effects. It may become hostile or resentful towards you, depending on its nature and the situation. This pretty much just seems like carbon copy of Charm Person, but worse, because doesn't Charm Person last an hour?
It lasts an hour, yeah.
And it's 1 level lower? Okay, yeah. I think we need a different answer here. So.
Yeah, that's just copy-paste.
I'll say the spell is a bit too much like the Charm Person spell. Can I get a more unique spell from the Enchantment School of Magic? Holy, this spell is crazy, bro.
You fail a wisdom save, you don't get to play anymore.
Yeah, for a minute, no concentration. Alright, so I'll go ahead and read it, but this spell makes Hypnotic Pattern look like a joke, to be honest. So we have Mesmerizing Melody. That's a 3rd level spell. 1 action, range of 30 feet. But it says that range of 30 feet. Yeah, we'll get to it, but it says range and radius. I just realized. So maybe it intends for you to like pick a point within 30 feet and then a 15-foot radius around that point, I guess. Mm-hmm. Components, you need a small instrument. And duration is 1 minute, no concentration. You play a haunting melody on your instrument, causing creatures within range to become mesmerized. All creatures within a 15-foot radius must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the target is unable to move or take any actions for the duration of the spell, except to make a new saving throw at the end of each of its turns. The target is considered paralyzed while under the effect of this spell. The spell ends if the target takes any damage or it successfully makes a wisdom saving throw at the end of its turn. This spell can be used to disable multiple creatures at once, but the effect is broken if you stop playing your instrument or if you move more than 30 feet away from the target. Casting time is an action duration, but it intends for you to keep playing the instrument or if you move.
So it's kind of like a hypnotic gaze.
I think that's what it's intending, but yeah, it's just written somewhat weird. But either way, if you're paralyzing multiple creatures for 1 round, that can just be enough to end the fight, to be honest. Yeah.
Game breaking for sure. Yeah. This is crazy. You fail the wisdom save. At first I thought this was going to be like Tasha's Mind Whip, where it's just like you only get 1, but then it just went on to say that you just don't get anything.
Paralysis too. Yeah, sure, it ends if they take damage, but that damage will be a crit, guaranteed.
You said it best. This makes a Hypnotic Pattern look like an absolute joke.
Yeah. Well, the craziest thing is you could be doing both at the same time.
Yeah.
Your bard casts Hypnotic Pattern, and then all the creatures that do make their save, you just walk up to them and do this, and then you just end the fight right there. Ah, yes. We move on to Evocation. Thunderstrike. Is it literally just lightning bolt? Okay, no, it's slightly different. Whoa, okay, this is actually really interesting. Thunderstrike, a 3rd level spell, 1 action, within 120 feet of you. You need a tiny metal rod. The duration is instantaneous. You call forth a bolt of lightning from the sky. Striking a target within range, the target must make a dex save. On a failed save, they take 8d6 lightning damage. In addition, if the target is wearing metal armor, it has disadvantage on the saving throw, as the lightning is attracted to metal. The spell also ignites any flammable objects within 5 feet of the target, setting them on fire. The spell creates a loud thunderclap audible up to a mile away that can be heard even through closed doors and windows. Thunder also causes creatures within 60 feet of the target to become frightened unless they make a wisdom saving throw. This actually has real potential, I think. With it doing the frightened condition as well, I think it's maybe like a 4th level spell.
A lot to unpack there for sure.
Like, yeah, I could use some slight tweaking, but this is honestly really cool.
You get damage, and then you get disadvantage to like shocking grasp. It also ignites objects, which is really cool and kind of rare. You also get a condition.
Yeah, that's kind of what makes it interesting. Is it's a single target blast spell, but it has like lasting effects on everybody else around it too. It doesn't exactly make sense, but as this spell is currently written, even you and your allies could become frightened by that.
It's a 2-for-1 effectively. You get single target damage, and then you get AoE.
Yeah,
I don't know if this is 3rd level territory. I think you're right.
I think it'd be fair as a 4th or 5th.
Yeah, I think so. You got Big Boom like you wanted.
This is a very interesting evocation spell. I really like it.
I love it. I think it's cool too.
After evocation, we have illusion. I'm also really interested to see this one. I am already intrigued by the name. So we have Mirage Walk, a 3rd level spell, action to cast, range of self, verbal and somatic components, duration of a minute, no concentration. You create an illusion that makes you appear to be walking on air. You can move up to your walking speed in any direction, even vertically, without actually touching the ground. The illusion also extends to your equipment and clothing, making them appear to float alongside you. Creatures that can see through illusions are not fooled by this spell and can see through the illusion to your true location. This spell does not protect you from the dangers of the environment, such as falling from a high place or walking into a wall. The spell ends if you make an attack, cast another spell, or touch the ground. You can also dismiss the spell as a bonus action. It's definitely unique, but it's similar to Mislead. Mislead is higher level, but if I'm remembering correctly, it just creates an illusory copy of you that you can switch between your senses and its senses.
You become invisible.
That's right,
You
yeah.
become invisible at the same time. An illusory double of you appears where you are standing.
So, like, this is like if Mislead got downgraded and combined with the fly spell.
Are you actually flying though?
No, you are not flying, but the illusion can fly with this one. It's not very good, but it is an interesting concept.
Yeah, I like the concept. I'd like to see it do more.
Yeah.
I feel like there's more that to be.
Well, I guess
there.
technically this makes you invisible too, because the illusion makes you appear to begin floating into the air. I think you'd for sure have to change it up a bit if you wanted to actually use it, but it is an interesting concept. Alright, so next up we have the Necromancy School of Magic. Soul Drain. That's the name of the Yu-Gi-Oh card. Alright, so yes, we have Soul Drain, 3rd level, casting time of an action, range 60 feet, components are verbal and somatic, and the duration is instantaneous. You reach out with dark energy, draining the life force from a creature within range, a living creature. The target must make a con save. On a failed save, they take 8d6 necrotic damage, and its maximum hit points are reduced by an amount equal to the damage taken. This reduction lasts until the target finishes a long rest. In addition, you regain hit points equal to half the amount of the damage dealt. Rounded up, you can't regain hit points if the target was undead or a construct. A little confusing there, because you have to target a living creature in the first place, I guess. With the construct, it's arguable whether it's living or not. The spell has no effect on creatures with 0 hit points, and it can't reduce any creature's hit points below 0. It can't reduce any creature's hit points below 0, so it can't kill them? Or it can release, I guess it's 2-0, but you get below. So what?
I don't think it fully understands.
Yeah, wording is a little confusing there, but it is an interesting spell. It's like Vampiric Touch if it was actually playable. Picks up the wording. Yeah, that's my response. Playable Vampiric Touch. And lastly, we have the Transmutation School of Magic. Okay, I think we may have to ask for a new one here because there's already a spell one level higher that has the same name and it does a pretty similar thing. So yeah, I kind of just have to scrap that one. So I'll just say there's already a stone-shaped spell in D&D 5e. Write me a different transmutation spell. This is kind of cool. Okay, so we have Iron Will, 3rd level. Casting time of an action, range of touch. You need a small piece of iron and it lasts for a minute. You touch a creature, imbuing it with the strength and resilience of iron. The target gains advantage on all strength checks and saving throws for the duration of the spell, and its hit point maximum increases by an amount equal to 2d6 plus your spellcasting modifier. This spell also grants the target temporary hit points equal to your spellcasting modifier. At the end of the spell's duration, the target returns to its normal state and any increases to its hit point maximum go away. It has no effects on constructs or undead. Don't think that last line is necessary either for this one. It doesn't really do healing. But this is honestly kind of cool. I don't know if it's 3rd level. I think this could be like a cool alternative to something like Aid as a 2nd level spell.
I'd agree, yeah. It's a good way to buff.
Maybe it is 3rd level though, because it does a bit more than Aid, but I don't know if it's on the level of some of the 3rd level like supporting spells.
Yeah, I think you'd have to change some things a little bit around to either improve it or make it worse, just so that way it can actually compete. Like, it's in that like gray area. It's like a level 2.5 spell.
Yeah,
like it's not a strong 3rd level, but
it'd be a pretty decent 2nd level spell, but it'd be a pretty kind of weak 3rd level spell. Yeah,
it's cool. I also like the name. That's a feature in Deep Rock Galactic.
Yeah, Iron Will.
It's cool. I like the fact that it does a couple of things. Once again, there's the wording issue where it doesn't fully understand the game, but that's okay.
Yeah, it'll get there.
It'll get there. It's slowly learning that different things happen when other things happen.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, some pretty good results from this whole thing overall, I think.
I'd agree. I think this has a lot of potential for creating some pretty interesting concepts of spells.
With that, we will be saving all of these. Everything in this conversation with ChatGPT will be copy and pasted to an article on our website, so you can check that out in the description below. But that's all we have for this one. If you'd like to check out our last video we did with AI, you can check that out right here. We will see you guys in the next one.